Magandang araw mga bata! Ako si Ma'am Regine, ang teacher mo sa math. Today we will be learning about interior and exterior angles of a convex polygon. This is a lesson for grade 7 mathematics under quarter 3, lesson 6. Kaya tara na, and let's do the math. Before we proceed with our lesson for today, let's have an activity first. This is called the anagram. An anagram is a type of wordplay, which is a result of rearranging the letters of a word or phrase to produce a new word or phrase using all the original letters exactly at once. Example tayo. We have here bear lag. Rearranging bear lag, we're able to form a one-word algebra. So we have few words. We have re-note, retire ox, cone VX, we have Ven lucidity, and pony log. One by one, starting from re-note, rearranging these letters into one word, we're able to form interior. For retire ox, we're able to form exterior. Cone VX rearranged is convex. Ven lucidity, if it's rearranged, it will be inductively. And pony log is polygon. Let's discuss these words one by one, starting off with algebra. Algebra is a branch of mathematics. Ito ay na-discuss natin under ng quarter 2. Simply said, in layman's term, ang algebra ay pinagsama nating isolve yung letters and numbers together. Next, for interior and exterior, these are two types of angles. Convex is one of the classifications of polygons. In polygons, these are closed plane figures. These four are already mentioned, itong interior, exterior, convex, and polygon. These four are familiar to us because these was already mentioned as we learn our lesson about polygons. Ito yung quarter 3 lesson 5 natin. I actually recommend that you watch that video first before proceeding and watching this video for lesson 6 so that you'll have a full background about polygons. Medyo na-discuss din ng bahagya roon sa lesson 5 yung two types of angles, interior and exterior angles. Now, what is inductively? Inductively or inductive, it's a way of reasoning from general to specific. Bakit nga ba tayo may inductively na word dito sa ating activity na anagram? That is because, as we go along our lesson for today, lesson 6, about interior and exterior angles of a convex polygon, we'll have to do it inductively. Kasi magsisimula tayo from general to specific hanggang makuha natin yung ating specific na kailangan. We'll have activities to prove that. We'll be using inductive reasoning for lesson 6. Let's start with the interior angles of a polygon. Interior, from the word itself, nasa loob, in. A polygon with more than 3 sides can be further subdivided into triangles by drawing all the diagonals from one vertex. So, alam na natin yung diagonals. We have discussed this sa lesson 5 sa parts of a polygon. Diagonals are formed when we connect two vertices that are not consecutive to one another, hindi magkasunod. So, for us to form triangles from a specific polygon, we need to draw a diagonal from one vertex only. Hindi natin i-drawing lahat ng diagonals. So, if we have a polygon with 3 sides, this is known as a triangle. A triangle has 3 sides, and we can only form one triangle out of a triangle because we can no longer draw a diagonal. All the vertices are consecutive. If a triangle has 3 sides, it must also have 3 vertices and of course, 3 angles. Say for example, this triangle is a regular polygon. When we say regular polygon, na-discuss rin natin ito sa lesson 5, classification of a polygon. A regular polygon must have equal measure of sides and angles. So if this triangle is a regular polygon, therefore, yung kanyang 3 angles, yung measurement individually must be equal to one another. And a triangle has a sum of interior angles which is 180 degrees. Dahil 180 degrees ito, ito ay isang regular polygon, yung kanyang individual angle ay 60 degrees each. 60 plus 60 plus 60 ay equal to 180 degrees. As we mentioned earlier, if a polygon has more than 3 sides, we're able to divide it into triangles. So for example, we have here a quadrilateral. A quadrilateral is a polygon with 4 sides. Para malaman natin kung ilang triangles yung ating mapo-form out of this quadrilateral, kailangan natin mag-drawing ng diagonal. Yung ating diagonal, meron tayong dalawang triangle na nagawa out of a quadrilateral. Hindi na tayo kailangan pang maglagay dito ng isa pang diagonal. Because as we mentioned earlier, we only need to draw one diagonal from one vertex. Say, ito yung vertex na ating napili, ito lamang yung kanyang diagonal. Kung ito naman yung ating vertex na napili, wala itong diagonal na ito. But from this vertex, ang ating lang mga madodrawing na diagonal ay ito lamang. Kaya naman, a quadrilateral has 2 triangles. Therefore, yung kanyang sum of interior angles ay 360 degrees. Dahil one triangle has 180. So, 180 and another 180, add them together, 360 degrees. Looking closer into interior angles of a polygon, we have some example. We actually have polygons, number of sides, number of triangles formed, and the sum of interior angles. For us to find out the sum of interior angles of a polygon, we have here a formula. Sum of interior angles is equal to the difference of n and 2 multiplied to 180 degrees, where n is the number of sides and 2 and 180 degrees are both constant. So, start tayo for polygon. We have here n-gon, meaning itong n ay re-replace natin ng kanyang number of sides. N-gon, number of sides ay n, it's unknown. Number of triangles, ito yung ating formula. n minus 2 is the formula to find out the number of triangles for a specific polygon. Yung side niya, number of sides niya, babawasan natin ng dalawa. And then sum of interior angles, this is its formula as mentioned earlier. For polygon, start tayo sa triangle. Tulad ng ating na-discuss kanina, it has 3 sides, 1 triangle only, and the sum of interior angle is 180 degrees. Ito yung base natin, 180 degrees, dahil triangle na yung pinakamaliit natin na polygon. This is the only polygon with the least number of sides. Quadrilateral, it has 4 sides, number of triangles natin ay 2, and the sum of its interior angle is 360 degrees. A pentagon is a polygon with 5 sides. Ang number of triangles ng isang pentagon ay 3, at ang sum of interior angles niya ay 540 degrees. For a hexagon, it's a polygon with 6 sides. Meron siyang 4 triangles at 720 degrees yung sum of interior angles. And for heptagon, this is a polygon with 7 sides na may 5 triangles at ang sum of interior angles ay 900 degrees, and so on. So kung papansinin natin dito, yung number of triangles, for every side, we have to deduct 2, yun na yung kanyang number of triangles. So kahit na hindi na tayo mag-drawing ng mga diagonals, so long as we know this formula, pwede na natin agad makuha yung specific number of triangle per polygon. At syempre, ganun din naman for sum of interior angles. So, follow this formula para makuha natin itong mga ito. Say, for example, n minus 2. Dito tayo sa pentagon. Ang n natin, yung side niya is 5. 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. 3 multiplied to 180 degrees, 540 degrees. Kaya ito yung sum of interior angles ng isang pentagon. Nagbigay tayo ng example for interior angles of a polygon. This is an octagon. This is a polygon with 8 sides. For an octagon, it has 8 sides. Number of triangles formed for an octagon following the formula n minus 2, it will be 6 dahil substituting n with the number of sides 8 minus 2, 6. Therefore, ang octagon ay may 6 na triangles. If we draw some diagonals from one vertex, ito yung ating vertex na napili, we're able to form 6 triangles. Kukunin naman natin ngayon yung sum of interior angles ng octagon following the formula, n minus 2 multiplied to 180 degrees. Substitute natin yung n ng kanyang side, which is 8. 8 minus 2 multiply to 180 degrees. 8 minus 2 is equal to 6, multiply to 180 degrees. Ang ating sagot ay 1080 degrees. Therefore, itong ating octagon, ang kanyang sum of interior angles, yung kabuuan ng kanyang mga interior angles ay 1080 degrees. Checking it with each triangle that we're able to form, if one triangle is equal to 180 degrees, multiply them all together, meron tayong 6 triangles, multiply to 180, we're able to get 1080 degrees. Kung meron na tayong sum of interior angles, meaning yung kabuuan nitong octagon, yung sukat ng kanyang interior angles ay 1080 degrees, pwede rin nating malaman yung sukat ng mga individual angles. Say that this is a regular polygon wherein each angle have equal measurement. Kung 1080 degrees sila, each individual angle for an octagon measures 135 degrees. So ito yung measure of each angle. We have to follow this formula. Sum of interior angles is divided to the number of sides or the number of angles. Ito yung nakuha nating sum of interior angles, 1080 degrees, divided by 8, which is the number of sides or the number of individual angles. At ang ating sagot ay 135 degrees. Kaya naman itong 8 individual 135 degrees na ito, adding them together, it will sum up to 1080 degrees. Magdako naman tayo sa exterior angles of a polygon. And these can be drawn by extending each side successively. We have here an illustration of a polygon. It's a 5-sided polygon wherein yung isa sa kanyang mga side ay in-extend natin at meron tayong na-establish dito na point F. So, meron tayong interior angle at meron din tayong exterior angle dito. For interior angles, we have angle B, C, D, and E. B, C, D, and E. At ang ating interior angle na EAB. Yung ating exterior angle naman ay angle FAB. Just like what we mentioned in lesson 5 for polygons, napahapyawan na natin itong exterior angles. Hindi natin pwedeng i-consider na angle alone yung angle A because angle A is a vertex, so we need to be specific. It must be angle EAB na nasa loob kaya interior angle and FAB, nasa labas yung angle kaya naman exterior angle ito. Looking closer, kung ang ating interior angle na angle EAB ay may sukat na 110 degrees, paano natin malalaman ang sukat ng exterior angle? Remember that an interior and exterior angle always form a linear pair. A linear pair is both supplemental and adjacent to one another. Kaya naman, itong ating interior angle at exterior angle, they are always adjacent or lagi silang magkatabi. Supplemental sila because both of their measurement must be equal to 180 degrees. Together, they form a linear pair. So, kung alam na natin na 180 degrees ang kanilang sukat dahil supplemental silang dalawa, kung ang ating angle EAB na interior angle ay 110 degrees, therefore, both of the measure of the interior and the exterior angle must be equal to 180 degrees kasi supplemental nga sila. Substituting, kung 110 degrees ang ating angle EAB, yung interior angle, at dapat maging equal sila to 180 degrees. Therefore, itong angle FAB o yung ating exterior angle, this must be equal to 70 degrees. Kaya if we add them together, 110 plus 70 degrees, it's equal to 180 degrees. So still using this illustration, it's a polygon with 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number of linear pairs that can be formed out of this illustration is also 5. Kung ilan yung number of sides niya, ganun din yung number of vertices and number of angles nila, ganun din yung number of linear pair. Ito yung ating unang linear pair. If we extend this one, meron din tayong exterior angle dito, linear pair din. Ganun din sa C, sa D, at sa E. Kada kanto, kada vertex, kung may interior angle tayo sa loob, lagi yung may katambal na exterior angle sa labas if we extend the side. getting the sum of the linear pairs on the vertices, we have to follow this formula, n, which is referring to the number of sides, multiplied to 180 degrees. So in this case, kung meron tayong 5 sides, multiplied to 180, 900 degrees yung ating sum of the linear pairs. Kasi kung 180 ito, meron pa tayong 4 na 180. So 5 180 degrees dahil 5 linear pairs equal siya to 900 degrees. Now for us to find out the sum of the exterior angles for this polygon with 5 sides, we have to follow its formula, wherein we have to replace n with the number of sides. So substituting n for the number of sides, which is 5, perform natin yung operation. 5 multiplied to 180 is 900. Kopyahin natin yung minus sign. And then 5 minus 2 is equal to 3 multiplied to 180 degrees. 900 minus 540. 540 is the result of 3 multiplied to 180. Ang ating sagot ay 360 degrees. Therefore, this 5-sided polygon has a sum of exterior angles which is 360. Kung ito ay regular polygon, therefore, kada kanyang exterior angle ay 70. So, 5 70 degrees, 70 times 5 equals siya ng 360 degrees. Examining exterior angles of a polygon closer, we have some polygons, the number of linear pairs, we also have to get the sum of linear pairs on vertices, and its sum of exterior angles. For sum of the exterior angles, ito yung ating formula. N, which is the number of sides, should be multiplied to 180 minus, group together yung n minus 2. Yung result nito ay multiplied to 180 degrees. And then yung result nila ay isa-subtract natin together. Yung n ay papalitan natin ng number of sides, and then 180 and 2 are constants. Let's start with an n-gon, meaning any polygon. Yung n ay papalitan natin ng kanyang number of sides. Ang number of linear pairs natin ng n-gon is n depending on its number of sides. Sum of linear pairs on vertices, pwede natin siyang makuha using this formula. N, which is the number of sides, multiplied to 180 degrees. Bigay tayo na example for polygon. We have the triangle. A triangle has 3 linear pairs. Yung number of linear pairs ay nakadepende dun sa number of side ng polygon. So, polygon na triangle ay may 3 sides, 3 vertices, and 3 angles. Therefore, meron din siyang 3 linear pair. For sum of linear pairs on vertices, 540 degrees. Another example, quadrilateral. Linear pair niya ay 4. Sum of linear pairs niya on vertices, 720 degrees. Pentagon, may 5 linear pairs. Ang sum of linear pairs niya ay 900 degrees. Hexagon ay merong 6 linear pairs na ang sum ay 1080 degrees. Heptagon na may 7 linear pairs ay merong sum of linear pairs on vertices na 1260 degrees. So, pansinin natin na ang sum of linear pairs on vertices ay nakukuha natin kapag binultiply natin yung ating constant na 180 degrees dito sa kanilang sides. Say for example, ito for pentagon, yung number of side niya ay 5. 5 multiplied to 180 ay 900, kaya 900 degrees yung kanyang sum of linear pairs on vertices. Now, what is the sum of the exterior angles for each of these polygons? Remember that the sum of the exterior angles of any polygon is always 360 degrees. Kaya naman, for n-gon, 360 degrees yung sum niya for the exterior angles. Meaning, kahit ano pa man yung number of sides ng polygon, it doesn't matter. The sum of the exterior angle is always 360 degrees. Kaya naman, yung triangle, quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, and heptagon na may iba't ibang number of linear pairs and number of sides, pare-pareho lang yung kanyang sum of exterior angles. It's always 360 degrees. Now, let's have some activities. Notice that we will be using inductive reasoning for us to solve each problem. Example number 1, what is the measure of one exterior angle of a regular decagon? For this word problem, there are some of the keywords that we need to take note of. We have measure, meaning yung measurement, yung sukat yung ating hinahanap dito. exterior angle at hindi interior angle. Regular polygon ito, meaning the sides angles must be equal. And decagon. Decagon is a kind of a polygon with 10 sides. So this is a decagon. It has 10 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If a decagon has 10 sides, therefore, its linear pair is also 10, and the sum of its exterior angles is equal to 360 degrees. This is a constant, 360 degrees. Lahat ng polygon, regardless of the number of sides, laging 360 degrees ang kanyang sum of exterior angles. Papakita ko lamang, following the formula, ito yung formula para makuha natin yung sum of exterior angles. Substituting n with 10, and if we perform the operation, 360 talaga. For activity number 1, ang hinahanap natin ay exterior angle. So this side, extend natin siya para makuha natin yung isang exterior angle. Alamin natin yung sukat nito. Dito sa ating word problem na ito, example number 1, isang exterior angle lamang yung hinahanap, hindi lahat. Ang meron tayo ay sum of the exterior angles. Therefore, ang 360 degrees ay sukat ng kabuuan o lahat ng mga exterior angles. Ang hinahanap ay sukat lang ng isa. So what we will have to do for us to get the measure of one exterior angle is to divide 360 degrees by the number of sides of the polygon. So this is a decagon with 10 sides, kaya divide natin siya by 10. 360 degrees divided by 10 is equal to 36 degrees. Therefore, for this regular polygon, which is a decagon, the measure of one of its exterior angle is 36 degrees. Yung kabuuan ng 10 ay 360, pero yung isang angle ay 36. Another example, number 2. Find the measure of one of the interior angles of a regular polygon with 5 sides. Measure ulit, interior angles, hindi na exterior, regular polygon with 5 sides. From this word problem, nakuha natin na yung polygon ay may 5 sides. A polygon with 5 sides is known as a pentagon. And this is how a pentagon looks like. Meron siyang 5 sides. Para malaman natin yung sukat ng isa sa mga interior angles nitong pentagon na ito, we have to know how many triangles can be formed out of this polygon. Following the formula n-2, wherein yung n ay substitute natin ng kanyang number of sides, magiging 5 minus 2, which is 3. Kaya itong pentagon na ito ay makakabuo daw ng 3 triangles. Checking it by drawing a diagonal from one vertex, we're able to form 3 triangles. Sum of the interior angles natin, para makuha naman natin, kailangan nating sundin yung ating formula, which is the difference of n-2 multiplied to 180 degrees, substituting n with 5, ito yung ating number of sides, 3 multiplied to 180 degrees is equal to 540 degrees. So, yung kabuuan ng mga angles nitong pentagon na to ay 540 degrees. So, lahat ng mga 5 angles niya, ang sukat ay 540 altogether. Pero, for this example, ang kailangan natin sukat ay isa lang. Kaya what we'll have to do is to find the measure of one interior angle by dividing the sum of interior angles by the number of its sides or the number of angles. 540 degrees divided by 5 is equal to 108 degrees. Therefore, the measure of this one interior angle of a regular pentagon with 5 sides and 5 angles as well is 108 degrees. This is the most straightforward way on how we can solve this word problem. However, since interior and exterior angles have a relationship with one another in terms of its measurement, pwede rin natin isolve itong word problem na ito in another way. So if you have the number of sides, which is 5, we'll get the sum of the exterior angles, which is 360 degrees. Itong 360 degrees is constant to all the polygons, regardless of its number of sides. Kaya lagi siyang 360 degrees. Pakita ko lang yung computation following its formula, replacing n with 5. If we perform the operation, 360 talaga yung kanyang sum of exterior angles. So if we know that this polygon has 5 sides and it has 360 degrees as the sum of its exterior angle, pwede natin kunin yung measure of one exterior angle. 360 degrees divided by 5, itong 5 ay yung number of sides or also the number of angle. Divide lang natin sila together at ang ating sagot ay 72 degrees. Therefore, itong ating isang exterior angle dito ay 72 degrees, yung sukat. We know that exterior and interior angles are always forming a linear pair. So if they form a linear pair, therefore, they are both supplemental and adjacent. Supplemental meaning, yung result nilang dalawa nung kanilang measurement is always equal to 180 degrees. So knowing that relationship between interior and exterior angle, we can find the measure of one interior angle. 72 added to an unknown variable must be equal to 180 degrees. So, iwan natin dito yung x, yung unknown variable. Transpose natin yung 72 degrees dito sa right side kasama nung ating constant na 180 degrees. Naging minus 72 siya dahil 72 degrees here is positive. If we transpose it to the other side, magbabaliktad yung kanyang sign. So, from positive, maging negative siya. Performing the operation, x is equal to 108 degrees dahil 180 minus 72 is equal to 108. Therefore, itong ating interior angle ay 108 degrees. Last example natin, example number 3, find the measure of one exterior angle of a regular polygon whose sum of the interior angles is 720 degrees. From this word problem, isa-isahin ulit natin yung mga keywords. We have the term measure, so hanapin natin yung sukat ng isang exterior angle, hindi interior. Regular polygon, dapat pantay yung sukat niya, equal measure of sides and angle. And then the sum of the interior angle of this polygon is 720 degrees. Aside from that, hindi na nabanggit kung anong polygon ito. Since we don't know which specific polygon are we pertaining, ang meron lang tayo ay yung sum of interior angles niya na 720 degrees. Which polygon has a sum of interior angles which is 720 degrees? Let's use its formula, n minus 2, multiplied yung result niya to 180 degrees equal to 720. 720 dahil ang ating sum of interior angle ay 720 degrees. So, proceed tayo. Perform natin yung operation. 180 ay dinistribute natin sa n at sa negative 2 or minus 2. Kaya naging 180n, 180 multiplied to n, and then 180 multiplied to 2 ay 360. Kopyahin natin yung minus sign. Equal to 720. So, let's transpose. Itong minus 360, transpose natin siya to the right side kasama yung isa pang constant na 720 degrees. And then, iwan lang natin yung 180n dahil may kasama siyang variable. Naging plus 360 siya dahil babaliktarin na natin yung sign. Pag nag-transpose tayo from one side to another, mababaliktad. So, from minus, naging plus na siya. Perform the operation. 180n is equal to 1080. This is the sum of 720 and 360. Divide both sides by 180. Cancel natin yung 180 dahil 180 divided by 180 is equal to 1. 1n. Hindi na natin kailangan isulat yung numerical coefficient na 1 dito, kaya n na lang siya as is. 6 ay nakuha natin dito. 1080 divided by 180 is equal to 6. So, kung ang ating n ay 6, therefore, the number of sides of this unknown regular polygon is 6. And the polygon with a number of sides that is 6 is a hexagon. A hexagon is a polygon with 6 sides and this is how it looks like. Since alam na natin yung number of sides, alam na natin kung anong specific polygon yung ating hinahanap, pwede na natin kunin yung kanyang sum of exterior angles which is 360 degrees. 360 degrees is a constant for whatever polygon regardless of its number of sides. Ito yung kanyang formula. If we replace n with 6, which is the number of sides of a hexagon, and then perform the operation, 360 talaga yung ating sum of exterior angles. Ang hinahanap natin dito for this word problem ay measure of one exterior angle and not the sum of it all. So for this hexagon, isa lamang yung hinahanap natin. For us to find the measure of one exterior angle, we have to divide 360 degrees by the number of its angle, which is 6. 360 divided by 6 is equal to 60 degrees. Therefore, one of its exterior angle for this regular hexagon is 60 degrees. Mga bata, this is our most straightforward way on how we can solve this word problem. However, since we know that an interior and an exterior angle has a relationship with one another, we can also solve this word problem this way. Alam na natin na hexagon siya. We know the number of sides, which is 6. Let's find the measure of one of its interior angle. 720 degrees, yung ating sum of all the interior angles as stated in our word problem, divided by 6, which is the number of sides or number of angles. 720 degrees divided by 6 is 120 degrees. Therefore, one of its interior angle is 120 degrees. And this is a regular polygon. Kaya lahat yan ay tago 120. Anim na 120 degrees yan. However, for this word problem, ang kailangan natin ay sukat ng isang exterior angle. Since exterior angle yung hinahanap natin at hindi interior angle, we know that an interior and exterior angle forms a linear pair, which is both supplemental and adjacent. Kaya naman, for us to find out the measure of one exterior angle, itong measure na exterior angle na ito, we need to equate it to 180 degrees. So, ito yung ating interior angle. Ito yung unknown variable natin. Transpose natin yung 120, positive, magiging negative 120. Iwan lang natin sa side na ito yung unknown variable and then perform the operation. X is equal to 60 degrees dahil 180 minus 120 is equal to 60. Therefore, ang ating exterior angle na ito, ang sukat niya ay 60. 60 plus 120 equals siya to 180 degrees. And that's it for our video for today, mga bata. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, ang Teacher Mo sa Math, for more grade 7 mathematics content. Turn on the notification bell para updated kayo kapag may bago na tayong lesson na i-upload. You can also comment. Feel free to comment and share your opinions and ideas. You can also ask some questions. At syempre, don't forget to like and share this video para mas marami pa akong mga tulad mo grade 7 na bata ang maabot at maturuan. Dahil ako si Ma'am Regine, ang teacher mo sa math.